I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Jumping right into the market today in crypto, red day. Overall market cap $177 billion. Bitcoin at 52.96. This is a Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So Bitcoin's been in this ascending triangle for about 2.5 weeks. Bitcoin's running out of room in this triangle, so we should see a break one way or the other. Now, the percentages show there's a 64% chance of a break to the upside. Upside target would be 59.13. Down here, this is where the 200 moving average would be on the daily chart. It's at about 45.23, so I think worst case scenario, if we do break lower, probably stop around 4,800 and then potentially move down to around 4,600 at some point. I feel like, the charts are telling us that we do have another leg up, though. So this is something you have to keep in your mind. This is just kind of a bearish scenario that could play out. So this is a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders are bearish reversal patterns. The downside target's around 46.65, so real close to where we were talking about, this 200 simple moving average. Also, the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level is basically about this level as well. So, just got to keep this in the back of your mind. Keep your stops in place in case something like this does play out. But eventually, the confirmation line is the bottom of this, the bottom trend line of this ascending triangle, so that we would need a break below that trend line, and then we could see a target of around 46.65. Here's a good setup for you guys. So XLM has been beaten down, dragged through the dirt, just really had a rough time lately. So here we've got a potential double bottom. So what we're looking for, we could see we might get a rounded bottom, an Eve bottom. Potentially we could get an atom bottom, which is more of a V shape. So you've got a double bottom, which plays like a cup. So you take the distance here from the neckline to the bottom, you slide it up here. Here's your target, 36.95. The safe play is to buy the breakout of this confirmation line, okay? However, you've got a bunch of pretty good support down here, so you could put a stop in place down below this support. You could put your stop down here below this support and then, buy in sooner. There's a lot of upside to be had, potentially 25-27% if it just gets to the neckline. A lot of these cups haven't really been exploding like they were a couple weeks ago. I just want to go over this real quick. I get a lot of questions on bullish and bearish divergence all the time. So divergence is when a price of an asset is moving in the opposite direction of a technical indicator, such as an oscillator. If you'll notice, you've got an upslope in the price action. So you've got your high and then a higher high. On your MACD down here, you've got your high, but then it's a lower high. So these do not match up. So this is bearish divergence because your MACD, your indicator, is sloping to the downside. Here you've got bullish divergence. So your price action, you've got your low, and then here's your lower low. On the MACD, you've got a low and then a higher low, so they don't match up. This is divergence. You can see, so bullish divergence, right after the bullish divergence, you got to move to the upside. This is probably, let's say you've got 10 charts you're watching. You want to find the charts with bullish divergence, MACD, bullish MACD crosses, bullish MACD buy signals. You want it, divergence, buy signals, moving averages, bullish crosses on the moving averages. You're looking for these signs that are showing you what other people don't see. Most of the people that are involved in crypto as part of the herd, they don't see this because it's not easily read on the chart. So if you can just up your game a tiny bit, these are the types of things that I teach in my trading group. So we go over, amazing setups like we talked about with XLM, basic attention token, and then there's 30 videos in my playlist. I want to invite everybody to check out my trading group. It's about $1.66 a day. That's it for VIP. So it's not expensive comparatively. A lot of these private groups are $100, $200 a month. The link is in the description. If you want to pay with crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. Only if you want to pay with crypto, you pay for 6 months, you get a 10% discount. If you pay for 12 months, you get a 20% discount. Bitcoin falls under 5,300 again as top altcoins see losses. So it's kind of a weird scenario. It's probably 16, 18 hours ago where Bitcoin pulled back and just a little bit, 1%, 1.5%, and the altcoins dumped pretty hard. So could that be the possible scenario? Are we going to see if Bitcoin does pull back, are we going to see, the altcoins pull back at an exponential rate? Typically they do, but it just seemed more severe than normal. People in my private group mentioned that to me, what's happening with the market. These alts are pulling back 5%, and Bitcoin's barely even moved lower. Bitcoin bottom. Willy Woo finds eye-popping 95% chance the bottom is in. I try to listen to this show, and it was just kind of boring. I mean, they go in depth to another level. So, however, Willy Woo, he's well respected in the crypto community, but they had, Tone Vays definitely kind of bearish as far as the bottom goes. Just to give you an idea, on this panel of 6 people, half for bulls, half for bears. Tone Vays says there's a 40% chance the Bitcoin bottom's in. Venzen thinks about 39%. Lucid Investment thinks about a 20% that the bottom is in. Now the bullish scenario, Willy Woo thinks there's 95% chance that the bottom's in. At Kino Shaking, 80%, and Must Stop Murad had about a 75% chance that the bottom is in Bitcoin. So I didn't get a whole lot out of it because it was really technical, like almost to the point. They were just basically like debating the NVT ratio and just things that are pretty complex. And I think it made me really have the thought, the reason why I created the channel the way I do and how I kind of approach the content is I want to run through a lot of it real fast so you guys don't get bored with it. Next subject. Happy Easter. I hope you guys had a great Easter. I thought this was cool. So a person on Reddit took this, they ray traced this graphic, and they made these Bitcoin eggs. You can see the really nice shadows. They definitely did a good job with this Easter graphic with the Bitcoin eggs. I want to make sure you guys know about the Kin token swap. I know we got a lot of people that follow the channel that have Kin. This is an older article. I just want to make sure as a reminder, Kin offered a short-lived token swap window for ICO token holders. So the window for depositing Kin to a small list of exchanges is going to run out. This is from March the 18th. So this is past. Holders of Kin will have to move fast to swap the new asset unless they want to lose their funds. So your funds are not lost because there's another way to do this. The deadline to use exchanges where Kin is listed was March the 19th. And there was only a couple, Bancor Network, Mercatox, Yobit. And this article talks about how they're smaller and it's possibly a little bit sketchy. Again, Kin token swap deadline is June the 12th. Here's what you need to know. So there's still a couple ways that you can swap these coins. Looks like Atomic Wallet, Changelly has it. I'm kind of partial to CoinSwitch. The link in the description does support the channel, so definitely click that link, check it out. You can swap your tokens. They're going to basically shop around for the best prices for all the coins that you'll use. However, the Kin token swap's free. Doesn't cost anything. When you go to CoinSwitch, links in the description, you'll swap your Kin ERC20 tokens to regular Kin mainnet tokens. And there's a whole tutorial on how to do this. It's really simple. I'd gotten some really good feedback from CoinSwitch. I want to make sure and share this with you. So I had a gentleman, he was in my private group previously, and he made a mistake. He sent Ethos coins to the tune of $870 worth of Ethos to CoinSwitch. And he got a hold of CoinSwitch, and they took care of it real quick for him. So gentleman reached out to me, and he said, why is basic attention token shooting up so much? Good question. Boy, basic attention token went parabolic. So previously, about 6 days ago, I posted this in my private group, the BAT inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders are bullish reversal patterns. You can see the price here was about 6,000 Satoshis. Buy the breakout basically is the idea here. A lot of buying the breakout in the group. So now we go look at the 1 hour chart on BAT. And again, you've got your shoulder, head, shoulder, and then it just exploded. It's up. It was up at one point up 53%. And so in 6 days, a lot of people have made a ton of money in my private group with basic attention token. I've been talking about it, you guys. I'm sure everybody's made a lot of money with BAT. There's a ton of news on BAT, and here's what's happening. Somebody obviously got the inside scoop, but Brave Browser is set to roll out a major update. And so in this update, everybody's been waiting for this. Users can allow websites to display advertisements and earn tradable cryptocurrency tokens. If you haven't downloaded the Brave browser, the link is in the description. Supports the channel, and you're going to get some free basic attention tokens. They're going to give you 20 basic attention tokens, which is about $9. You got to give it away. This is part of a grant. You got to give it away. There's a ton of YouTube creators on YouTube that work really hard every day to make sure you guys get content. Definitely give it away some YouTubers. Also, you'll be able to start earning basic attention tokens. So why did basic attention token moon? Finally, the ads are rolling out for basic attention token for everybody. So you'll be able to watch these ads and get paid basic attention token. Serena Williams invests in Coinbase. So Serena Williams, she launched Serena Ventures, and she silently invested in over 30 companies, including major cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. So a lot of people in my group are super excited about this. IEOs, or initial exchange offerings, guide blockchain through the murky regulatory waters. Blockchain entrepreneurs looking to raise capital through token sales, they're still navigating through a difficult regulatory landscape. So an example of some of these IEOs taking place on these exchanges: Binance, Bittrex, BitMax, Huobi, KuCoin, OKX. So this is probably the way we're headed. Like, a lot of STOs are going to be a lot more popular in the future. And these initial exchange offerings, let's face it, there's already a trust factor that we have built up where we keep money as far as these exchanges go. So I think probably a lot of people are more likely to use Binance for initial exchange offering than some random website of some ICO that's a little bit maybe unproven, definitely not as trustworthy as Binance, where you're already used to using. So I really wanted to point out, this article brings up a lot of good points. So a crypto exchange shoulders a responsibility for vaulting all obstacles in the way of young blockchain projects. The newest entrant to the game, Bit4X, the exchange's Turbo platform, has already launched 4 IEOs and set to release a 5th with an events marketplace called Evedo. The company's EVED coin unlocks a central hub for the various stakeholders in event planning, promoters, talent, caterers, suppliers, events, and sponsors to find each other and collaborate seamlessly without intermediaries. Evedo has already launched an alpha version and is gaining traction locally. Their mission is to synergize all participants in organizing, conducting events of all kinds, allowing them to improve their work, have the highest level of security, and eliminate any middlemen among the chain. So think about it. If you have a project or an idea in mind, you go to an exchange for initial exchange offering, automatically you're going to be listed on a pretty good exchange. You're going to sell out. All these IEOs have been selling out. So definitely a good way to kickstart some of these initial exchange offerings. These are 3 upcoming projects to watch right now. So there's Matic Network, which is launching on Binance. We talked about Evedo, which is launching on Bit4X just a second ago. Ocean Protocol is launching on Bittrex. So, definitely this is the wave of the future. I think we'll see a lot more STOs, and these initial exchange offerings will probably replace ICOs in the future. I had a gentleman in my private group, and he said, Chris, do you think there's really any institutions in this market right now? Like, are they in the market yet? Yes, they've been here. So remember, in 2017, there's a ton of crypto hedge funds that jumped into the market. You can see on this graph, 2013, 2014, 2015, 16. So 2017, all these hedge funds came into crypto. And then what happened in 2018, they lost a ton of money for the people that they were investing for. So there was a big concern that all these hedge funds were going to go belly up and people would just be real frustrated with crypto. And they still are. There's still people are down tremendously that the hedge funds invested their capital. This is another graphic. This is for 2018. You can see 2018, there's 120 crypto hedge funds. 2017, 118. The institutional money has been here. Probably a majority. I've seen numbers, to the tune of 65% of all the money in crypto right now is institutional, smart money, whales. It's important to understand that retail, basically, weak hands of retail dropped out in 2018. Definitely that big drop from 6,000 to 3,000 shook a lot of people out of this market. Rothschild linked oil tycoon makes waves in Bitcoin mining pool. So it's called Argo Mining. They've revealed that a Rothschild linked London oil tycoon with a shadowy past just did the cannonball dive into the deep end of the crypto mining pool. His name's Frank Timus. He's 56-year-old. He's worth about $2 billion with deep interest in oil and gold mining. He is revealed as a part owner in Argo Mining after a company shakeup that led to the ouster of 2 top Argo executives. So now they've overhauled the entire business plan for Argo Mining. But my question is, what do you think? There's probably a lot of big money in cryptocurrency that we don't know about. You know, you can track a lot of this stuff as far as the wallet sizes and the amounts of the transfers, but as far as the actual person behind the wallet, it's hard to tell. Blockchain phone fails, so startup SRN Labs lays off 25% of its staff. SRN Labs came out, there was a lot of hype. The aim was for people to use the phone's internal exchange to swap out their tokens without having the hassle of switching tokens from a wallet to exchange and back to another wallet. There's a ton of hype about this. They've got Lionel Messi, soccer player, to basically back the phone, and it kind of was a bust. SRN Labs managed to raise about $160 million in their ICO. Then they'd raised about another $97 million on the side. You would expect a $255 million war chest would be put in a strong position, but it was not to be. SRN has plunged more than 99% to just over 3 cents from its peak in January 2018 when it was valued at $3.48 per token. So laying off 25% of its staff, definitely not a good sign. Chainzilla announces that they're going to integrate the Binance blockchain, its tokens, and decentralized exchange to Chameleon Pay. I just want to know from you guys, have you ever heard of this app? Have you heard of this wallet? So definitely I'd be curious to see what you guys think about this in the comment sections. If you like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.